disappear.
Flying over Brazil's Amazon forest is so spectacular because you just look down at this sea of green. It's really breathtaking. But in the next moment, the scene can totally change, and you're looking at huge areas of forest that have been destroyed. Trees and land in the Amazon are highly sought-after resources for loggers, ranchers, and farmers. And as a result, around 10,000 square miles of forest are destroyed every year.
John has been flying over this area for the past 10 years, and every year he's seen more of the forest disappear.
We were headed to see one of the native tribes in the Amazon who are seen as a key factor in preserving the forest.
There are 15 different Indian tribes that live in this area, and we're about to go visit one of them. They're called the Mayura Indians.
The Mayura.
We just landed, and there's a big crowd from this village that's come out to greet us.
Bom dia, bom dia. Branco, hein?
John Carter is an American who lives in Brazil and has become an outspoken voice for conserving the Amazon. He's developed a close relationship with some of the indigenous tribes living in the region.
These guys are fishermen, and so John brought them a bunch of gifts, a lot of fishing lures and tackle.
Quem não ganhou? Pega, pega.
Like Santa Claus.
Pega. Yeah, I like Santa Claus.
The kids in the tribe were really excited to meet us, and I felt a strange connection to them. Notice the hairstyle?
Meus amigos aqui são americanos.
Bom dia.
Bom dia.
The Brazilian government has given indigenous tribes such as the Mayura control of over 26% of the Amazon. The idea being that these groups would be able to maintain their traditional culture and in turn help to preserve the forest.
They had their big dance that ended yesterday, which is the Piqui dance. It went on for 7 days. After the dance is over, at the end of this morning, they do, everybody's tired and worn out, so they kind of play jokes. And that guy has a shell, and it's got a design of a woman's vagina. And they run around the village, and the women chase him, and they have the right to beat him, and that's why he's all covered up. The women were beating him because he was running around with this thing on his head making fun of them.
Native tribes in the Amazon lead a pretty basic existence. They live off the land by hunting, gathering, and fishing.
É paca? Ixi Maria, é paca mesmo? Moção?
And what are you eating? What are you eating, John?
Paca. This is wild rodent. It's the best meat in the Amazon. Still got lots of hairs on it. I love it.
Aí depois tem que cortar, né? Se você cozinha também.
The Mayura don't come in contact with outsiders very often, so Maputa, the village clown, was happy to meet new friends, especially me.
Casamento agora.
They just got married. You just got married.
Você festa hoje?
Yeah.
You got married?
They're gonna have the big dance today for y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the gossip? Are you saying?
No, they just married. This handshake. His wife left him and beat him up because he was making fun of her private parts, and so now he wants to marry Laura. He wants a new wife.
And I just accepted by shaking his
He just
hand.
accepted.
Vai ter festa grande hoje.
And they're gonna have a big dance already. They've already organized it.
Mulherada, vai ter muita gente.
He's serious. Look at that. Did you hear that?
What?
That's a victory call.
How much are they still living in terms of the old ways and old traditions?
Up until the 90s, they were pretty much isolated. In the 90s, with deforestation and roads coming in, networks of trails and roads for ranchers, now they have more access to get out. So in the last 10 years, they've started to begin to lose their culture. But they're still, it's hard to say on the scale, but probably 80%, 90% intact culturally. Here, hot off the grill.
It's
Good.
really good.
Bonito, é.
Yeah. They said they're very pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
obrigado, muito obrigado.
Hey, what's going on?
Muito bonita lá.
Yakuma.
Yakuma, meu nome.
Yakuma wants, they said he wants to fight with Maputa quer brigar for you, for your being a wife. So you have two future husbands.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is this, John?
It's an armadillo, 9-banded armadillo, called Tatu Galinha. And they had it tied up on its leg. And they're going to
So
eat
it's
it.
a pet?
It's a pet for the time being, yeah, until it gets a little bit fatter and becomes a stew.
And it becomes dinner.
Yeah, they're good to eat. They're real good. They're common. People eat them all the time.
Today is the only day that women can kind of have fun and beat up on all the men. So we may see a lot of men walking around with mango juice all over them.
Agora,
So this is the cause of all the chaos. This is a gourd of some sort, and this is a vagina. And the men who hold this are free to be beaten up by women if they can catch them. This guy's been following me around all day, telling me that I'm very pretty and that I'm going to be his next wife.
yeah, Laura's going to stay
So-
here. Ela vai ficar aqui.
Don't leave me alone with him, please.
That one guy's got his penis tied up. They do that because they walk in the forest and they get caught up and dangled.
This is the inside of one of the huts. About 40 people live here. They sleep on hammocks that are strung up on the side of the huts, and inside it's very open. And they have another thing that you really wouldn't expect. They have a TV here, and every single hut has a satellite dish.
Yeah, they have satellite dishes, and they turn the generator on at night, and for 2 hours they watch the Brazilian novela, which is a soap opera. So they're very in touch with reality today. The government health department installed potable water here for the village. They have a pipeline that goes around the whole village. They have water for each hut.
What are the most important needs for your village?
Quais são as necessidades mais importantes para vocês hoje?
Aqui mais importante para prioridades aqui para Camaiorá, né, John? É como eu tô falando, isso que é importante.
He said that they need income, revenue here to take care of all the maintenance of the village. They have trucks, they have generators, they've got a tractor. That's the chief's grandson. Falar com ela, ela quer falar com você.
What do you want for your people, your village?
O que você quer para o futuro para Camaiorá?
A futuro é que eu ficasse dia, né?
Yeah.
Ficar no lugar do meu avô, se o meu avô morrer. Ficar no lugar dele, se dia, né?
He said he wants to take the position of his granddad, who's a famous leader, and he wants to fill his boots, fill his shoes.
The Kamayura want to carry on the traditions of the tribe, but they also want to enjoy things from beyond the Amazon. And it's this clash between the traditional and modern that poses a dilemma not only for the Kamayura, but for the outside world.
The more that they get, the more tractors they get, the more cars they get, the more stuff they get. They need to have maintenance. They need to have money to maintain their tractors, gasoline for their outboards, et cetera, et cetera. And they don't have any source of income. It's a very difficult problem, and if it's not addressed pretty quickly, we've already seen signs that the Indians may resolve it the way that they want through their logic, through deforestation or selling timber.
How much time do you think is left to help these people before they may take things into their own hands and threaten the forest?
if you want to base it on what I've seen outside the park, it could happen at a fast pace. It's a matter of a generation, probably. All right, ready?
What becomes of the Kamayura and the forest surrounding them remains to be seen. John and other groups are trying to help Indian tribes in the Amazon by finding alternatives to deforestation so that the Kamayura and other tribes might be able to maintain their culture with a modern twist.
See more Vanguard Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on Current or online at current.com/Vanguard.